Hi and welcome to this video. I'm Lauren and today I'm going to be taking you through the process of making a mixed media artwork using lots of different art supplies, creating a picture of the Demoiselle Crane, a beautiful bird that is the latest art prompt for the Photo Draw Club, which is a weekly photo art prompt that I post over on Instagram. So I'm really excited to create this. I'm going to be working in my sketchbook that I created in one of my videos previously. And yeah, let's get into the video. So guys, this is the sketchbook that I'm going to be using. I'm going to start by using some markers. They're going to be the first art supply, and I'm using these ones from Giotto. I really like how vibrant these colors are and just kind of how they lay on the page. They have this cool thing where they kind of like sink into the paper, so they look streaky a little bit when you start applying them, but as it sinks into the paper it starts to look really cool. So I really recommend these markers. I've used them in a few videos. Here's one artwork I've done already in the sketchbook, and now I'm going to be using another page. Definitely check out this DIY sketchbook video if you want to know how I created this sketchbook. It's a really easy way. So let's start by taking the first marker, where I'm going to start by drawing the beak. That's usually where I like to start drawing birds because it's really leading on. They all have such very distinct beaks. So the Demoiselle Crane has this really long beak. I'm going to use this pink. It might be a little bit bright, but I think later on I can kind of like mute it down with some other mixed media. I don't really have a lighter pink than this in these markers. So I'm going to do this, and then yeah, we'll lead on to the next stage. I then like to usually go on to drawing the bird's eye after the beak, because once I've seen where the beak is, it's kind of easy with my eye to place where I can place the eye, if that makes sense. So I'm going to mark off this eye. This bird is quite a big shaped eye, and it's kind of like a bit of a black with a browny sort of tone in it. So I definitely want to bring that in. I think I might have the right colors in markers for this. So I have this brown, which I think will work. So I'm going to color in the eye with that. And then I'm going to take afterwards a black, and I'm going to now start to just mark in some of the sort of darker areas that I'm noticing on the picture, which is from the Photo Draw Club. You can find all that detail over on Instagram. But you can kind of see in the photo where the shadows are. And so that's kind of what I'm going to use the black marker for, as well as just defining things like the lines that I can wherever. And now I'm going to take the gray. This is the only gray that I have in these markers, so I'm going to use it in some areas. Then for the rest of the crane, I'm going to make a different plan, because this crane sort of has like almost like a bluish gray, dark kind of color to most of its feathers that run down the head part, which is what I'm drawing of the crane. So I'm going to use the gray in some areas and then fill in the rest with a different color. I'm kind of enjoying how vibrant this crane is looking right now. You can kind of see a bit of the streaks with the marker, but you'll notice like as this video goes on, the marker does really start to seep into the paper and all of those streaks go away, which is really cool. And also the really fun thing about doing mixed media is that you can use other art supplies besides the markers in order to like cover up or make marks over areas that you want to like change a little bit. So you'll see later what I do with some other mixed medias. In the meantime, I'm busy outlining this with a black marker just to like define everything. And yeah, I really like how vibrant this crane's looking. It's pretty cool. I'm now going to be adding a little bit of grey on top of the blue to kind of down tone the blue a little bit so it's not so bright. So this is the kind of cool part about mixed media, how you can sort of alter things as you go. So the Demoiselle Crane is also a really interesting bird. I wanted to also say a few things about it today. Its scientific name is the Anthropoids virgo. It is seen in parts of India, China, as well as Africa. This incredible bird is known to migrate through areas of the Himalaya mountains, guiding its young chicks from the age of 55 to 65 days on the journey as well. This crane is known for its courage and endurance, as these migrations are by no means an easy feat. The Demoiselle crane is one of the smallest cranes with a height of about 150 to 170 centimeters. It has a mixed diet and it's honestly a fascinating bird, and it's really exciting to draw this one today. For the background of my painting, I'm going to be using a really vibrant green. I did this because of the background of the photo draw club. It kind of made me think of grass, and I wanted to kind of replicate that in the background. So I'm using this lime sort of green, and I think it's a nice contrast against the blues and greys of the crane. To create a little bit of texture in my background, I'm going to be using this fan brush. These brushes are really great if you're painting things like trees or grass, because they really create a nice like distance between each of the lines. And yeah, I just want to add a little bit of texture to the background. So the sort of idea of pieces of grass in a slightly darker shade of acrylic paint. Next up, I'm heading onto a completely different media and I'm going to bring in some paper onto this picture. So I've got a recycled piece of cardboard here and I think the color really makes me think of rocks. So I'd like to cut that out and kind of incorporate rocks into the background of this picture using paper. Lately, I think from the influence of nature journaling a lot, I've been really interested in adding text to my pictures. And so for this one, I'm going to be using a paint marker and I'm going to write Demoiselle Crane at the top and kind of space it out just in the space that I have there. And I think that'll just like sort of add a little bit more to this artwork because the top is kind of looking like it needs something more. So I think the text will add just that little extra pop to the picture. So I've added a few more details with the detailing on the rocks as well as the little white dots in the background. And this is, pretty much where the picture is going to end off. I think that I might just add a little bit of flowers to the grass to also just create a little bit extra detail. I sort of, whenever I look at an artwork and if I see all these empty spaces, I always think, what can I add there? So I think flowers will be the last thing that I add to this sweet picture of the Demoiselle Crane. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I had so much fun creating this mixed media artwork. The Demoiselle Crane is a super beautiful bird, and I really am excited about how vibrant this artwork came out. I hope you enjoyed seeing the steps, and I hope you will follow along for some more videos. Please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another video.